The afternoon sun baked the quiet suburban street in a golden haze. Birds chirped lazily, and somewhere a sprinkler clicked in rhythmic bursts. It was the kind of day when everyone stayed inside, blinds drawn, air conditioning humming. Everyone, that is, except for Marcus. He was out front, washing down his black Ford F-150, music playing low from a speaker on the porch. The driveway gleamed, his property spotless, a reflection of the quiet pride he took in everything he owned. He had bought this house 3 years ago, after retiring from the military. For Marcus, it wasn't just a home, it was peace. After years of deployments, noise, and chaos, this little corner of suburbia felt like heaven. But lately, that peace had been cracking, one unwanted encounter at a time. The new HOA president, Karen McDowell, had made sure of that. Karen was the type who walked around with a clipboard and a sense of authority no one gave her. She had blonde curls stiff with spray, oversized sunglasses, and an ever-present frown that deepened anytime she saw Marcus outside. From the moment she learned he didn't attend HOA meetings, she decided he was non-compliant. When she discovered he wasn't one to bend easily, she made it personal. That afternoon, Marcus heard the sound of high heels clicking against the concrete. He turned, and there she was, in a bright pink cardigan and pearls, strutting toward his driveway with a scowl. "Mr. Bennett," she began sharply, "I've been trying to get into the community center for the HOA board meeting, but your access code isn't working. I need to use your property gate." Marcus turned off the hose and wiped his hands. "That gate leads straight to my backyard, not the community center. You'll have to go around the block." Karen folded her arms. "That's ridiculous. It's the shortest route, and as HOA president, I have the right to enter common areas." "This is private property," Marcus replied evenly. "Nothing common about it." Her lips tightened. "You're being uncooperative again. Do you even understand how the HOA works? Rules apply to everyone here, Mr. Bennett." He chuckled quietly, more out of disbelief than amusement. "I understand just fine, but this isn't about rules, is it?" Karen stepped closer, voice rising. "You people always think someone's out to get you. I'm just doing my job." Marcus froze, the words hanging in the air like a slap. He stared at her, calm but cold. "You people," he repeated slowly. Karen hesitated but didn't back down. "I mean homeowners who don't follow guidelines," she said quickly, though the tremor in her voice betrayed her. "Now, I'm going through that gate, whether you like it or not." He stepped in front of it, tall, broad-shouldered, immovable. "No, you're not." Her face flushed red. "That's it," she snapped, pulling out her phone. "You've threatened me before, and I've had enough. I'm calling the police." Marcus crossed his arms. "Go ahead." She jabbed at her phone, voice trembling with self-righteous fury. "Yes, hello, this is Karen McDowell from Willow Creek Estates. There's a man here, he's blocking my way, refusing to let me access HOA property. He's acting aggressive, I don't feel safe." Marcus didn't say a word. He leaned against his truck and waited. He'd seen this before, people like her weaponizing fear and privilege, dialing 911 for control, not safety. But this time, she'd picked the wrong target. Because the person answering that call wasn't just any dispatcher. It was his wife, Lena. Inside the county emergency center, Lena's headset buzzed to life with the call. 911, what's your emergency?" she said in her calm, professional voice. Karen's frantic tone came through immediately. "Yes, there's a man threatening me, I think he might get violent. Please send someone quickly." Lena's fingers moved over her keyboard, logging the call. "Ma'am, can you tell me your location?" "Willow Creek Estates, 1227 Birch Lane." "Please hurry." Lena froze. That was her address. Her husband's. Her tone didn't change, but her pulse did. "Can you describe the man?" "He's tall, bald, wearing a black t-shirt and jeans." "Very intimidating," Karen said, voice dripping with fake panic. "He said I can't go through my own neighborhood." Lena took a slow breath, steadying herself. She knew her husband, calm, measured, not one to escalate. She also knew this wasn't the first time the new HOA president had harassed him. "Understood, ma'am," Lena said evenly. "Officers are on their way. Please remain where you are." She put the call on hold and stood up, signaling to her supervisor. "That call at Willow Creek, I'll handle dispatch coordination," she said quietly. Within minutes, 2 patrol cars were en route, sirens cutting through the still neighborhood. Karen stood with her arms crossed, glaring at Marcus like she'd already won. "You're in so much trouble," she said smugly. "Let's see what you tell the police when they get here." Marcus didn't flinch. "I'll tell them the truth. That you trespassed." Again, when the cruisers arrived, 2 officers stepped out. They approached cautiously, hands near their belts. Karen immediately ran toward them, pointing at Marcus. "That's him. He wouldn't let me through. He was hostile." The officers glanced at Marcus, who stood still, hands visible. "Sir, can you tell us what's going on?" one asked. Before Marcus could answer, the officer's radio crackled. A calm female voice came through. "Unit 47, this is dispatch. Please be advised, the homeowner is Marcus Bennett. I have confirmation he's the property owner and not the suspect. The caller has a history of filing false complaints." Karen's mouth fell open. What? The officer listened closely. "Copy that, dispatch," he replied. Lena's voice continued, firm now. "Proceed with caution. This is not the first time this individual has used emergency services for non-emergency harassment." Karen turned pale. "How do they know that?" she stammered. Marcus smiled faintly. "Guess the dispatcher knows the situation pretty well." The officer turned to Karen. "Ma'am, can we see your ID?" Karen sputtered. "I'm the HOA president." "You don't understand." "Ma'am," the officer interrupted, "you're on private property, and this gentleman has every right to ask you to leave. Misusing 911 is a serious offense." Her confidence melted. I didn't know." The second officer added, "If you continue this behavior, charges can be filed for harassment and false reporting." Karen took a shaky step back, eyes darting between the officers and Marcus. "I didn't mean, I just thought. Maybe next time," Marcus said quietly, "think before you call for help you don't need." The officers escorted her off his property, still muttering excuses. As their cars pulled away, Marcus exhaled slowly, finally at ease again. He looked toward the house, where his phone buzzed. It was a message from Lena. "Heard everything. You handled it perfectly. Dinner's waiting when you're done." Marcus smiled, shaking his head. "Best dispatcher in the world," he murmured. The street went quiet again, the afternoon sun glinting off his truck. And for the first time in weeks, the peace he'd fought for, on battlefields and in board meetings alike, returned, stronger than ever.